Good day, you're watching African Free Press Television. My name is Sam Adedoyin Kubi, bringing you the news today. First, the headlines. EFCC rearraigns Orji Kalu and two others over 3.2 billion naira fraud. Obasanjo tells federal government to lend, spend less and make more to get out of recession. Presidency removes deputy director over plagiarism in Chain Begins With Me speech. Senate asks Buhari to reject sales of national assets. Now the news in detail. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has rearraigned the former governor of Abia State, Orji Kalu, and two others on a 34-count amended charge bordering on fraud. Kalu, his company Slok Nigeria Limited, and his former Commissioner for Finance, John Udeogo, were rearraigned before Justice Anwuri Chikere of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on Tuesday. The duo, however, prayed that the court should await the pending appeal by Slok before the Supreme Court. Chikere had turned down the defendant's objection to their arraignment and ordered that the charge be read to them immediately. Kalu and others were in the amended charge accused of diverting about 3.2 billion naira from the Abia government's treasury during Kalu's tenure as governor. They all pleaded not guilty to the charges, and Chikere allowed them on bail on the terms attached to the bail granted them on April 30th, 2008. They had 8 years earlier been arraigned before Justice Amadu Bello, who is now retired. The court adjourned the case to December 6th for commencement of trial. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo on Tuesday stressed the need for Nigeria to borrow, spend less, and earn more to get out of the current economic recession. Obasanjo said this in Abeokuta at the opening ceremony of the National Council on Finance and Economic Development Conference. The theme of the conference was enhancing revenue generation and obtaining best value for money in expenditure. According to Obasanjo, the major problem with Nigeria is that we are spending more than we are earning, and we have not been able to save for the rainy days. He, however, proffered a threefold solution of borrowing, spending less, and earning more to the economic challenges of the nation. Obasanjo, who said the funds were available outside the country, advised that Nigeria needed to approach its allies who could lend to the country on reasonable terms. Obasanjo also stressed the need to develop agriculture and frowned at policies which tend to turn the nation into a dumping ground for other countries and their products. He said since the nation was not in control of oil, it should therefore diversify and concentrate on things it could control. The Senate yesterday moved against last week's recommendation of the National Economic Council (NEC), which asked the federal government to sell the country's national assets. The Senate's position came on a day the federal government said no final decision had been taken on the matter. NEC had recommended sale of the assets to raise capital to shore up foreign reserves and, by extension, bail out the country from the current economic recession. The Senate's decision is in line with recommendation of its ad hoc committee set up to review its two-day debate last week. The committee, in its report submitted in plenary, outrightly rejected the government's planned action, a decision which ran contrary to the position of the Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, who had earlier backed the government's decision. Recommendations adopted by the Senate include urging the executive to ensure constant meeting of fiscal and monetary authorities for harmonization of all policies, particularly lower interest rates for genuine investors in the real estate sector, as well as medium and small-scale farmers and processors. The deputy director linked to the plagiarism detected in President Muhammadu Buhari's speech at the launching of the Chain Begins With Me campaign has been redeployed from the State House. President Muhammadu Buhari had ordered appropriate disciplinary action against those responsible for the wrongful insertion in his speech lifted from an address by President Barack Obama of the United States. According to sources, at 8 o'clock on the Monday morning following the allegations, he reported at the office of the head of service, and he was immediately asked to vacate his position and office at the State House pending further measures which would be guided by civil service rules and regulations. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity Femi Adesina confirmed the developments by saying the officer is no longer in the State House. It was also gathered that the presidency has also taken steps to avoid a repeat of such an embarrassing occurrence by using computerized tools that detect plagiarism similar to those used by editors and academics around the world. And that brings us to the end of the news today. Thank you for watching. This is African Free Press Television. My name remains Sam Adedoyin Kubi. For more information, make sure to check our website at www.africanfreepress.com.